everybody. So, in today's lesson, we are going to be writing about a person. We've talked about the fact that poets can write about people, places, and special things. So, today we are going to be writing about a person. Now, boys and girls, we can all describe what somebody looks like on the outside. Mrs. Holman has brownish hair, my eyes are hazel. We can talk about that, but we also want to talk about how a person is on the inside or their personality. So today I'm going to read a poem. This poem is called Queenie. And after we're done reading it, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we notice. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Queenie. Queenie's strong and Queenie's tall. You should see her bat a ball, ride a bike, or climb a wall. Queenie's not her name at all. Queenie's nimble, Queenie's quick. You should see her throw a stick. Watch her saw a board that's thick. See her do a tumbling trick. Queenie's not afraid like me of snakes or climbing up a tree. I think that's why boys agree Queenie's what her name should be. And that was written by Leland B. Jacobs. So now I do notice in the poem Queenie that it does talk about her being tall. So that's something about what she looks like. But it also talks about like her personality, that she's very strong, and to me it seems she's very athletic. She can ride a bike, she can climb a wall, and she's nimble and quick. And so she's doing all of those things. It kind of talks about what kind of person she is. She's a very strong person. She's also not afraid of things. Like the author says, she's not afraid, like me, of snakes or climbing up a tree. So, boys and girls, this author really described Queenie on the inside. So, today I wrote a poem about someone. Mrs. Holman has an older brother. His name is Brian. And I wrote a poem about him when we were little. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And I typed it out so Mrs. Holman could go a little bit faster and I didn't have to write it all out. So let me read to you the poem that I wrote about my brother Brian. And he's about 5 years older than I am. My brother Brian. My brother Brian loves fish, bugs, and more. Loves to make music, which is never a bore. When I was scared at night, Brian would let me sleep on his floor. But in the bright morning light, he would go back to make fun of me some more. So, boys and girls, when I was thinking about my brother Brian, when he was little, he loved to go fishing and he loved bugs and just to be outside. And he also is a lover of music. He loved all different kinds of music, even when he was young. And he actually plays lots of instruments, so he's very musical. And it's true, when Mrs. Holman was afraid of the dark, because I was, when I was little, I would go in and I'd say, could I sleep on your floor? And he would say, okay. And then, of course, he's my older brother, so he would always make fun of me. And I'm sure some of you might have a sibling that maybe either makes fun of you or if you make fun of them. I'm not sure. Okay. So, Mrs. Holman tried to use her 5 senses, and I tried to describe my brother, and I even used some rhyming words, which you don't have to do, but if you can come up with some rhyming words, that's great too. So your job now is to think in your brain about a person you want to write a poem about. I'll give you a couple seconds. Okay, so if you have someone in mind, or maybe you can get a suggestion from mom, dad, older brother, sister, or even maybe a younger brother or sister about who you'd like to write about. And I want you to come up with a poem that describes their personality. And again, I'd love to hear some of these poems. So either you could have a parent take a picture for me, or just you can read it to me if we meet. And boys and girls, I encourage you too to put all of these great poems that you're writing in that poetry notebook. And this is something that you could even keep and look back on a few years later, and you'll really appreciate it. All right, happy writing, and I will see you soon.